Hello my fellow sugars, it's me, Langoon1, and today I've got something pretty special for you. I'm redrawing one of my oldest yet favorite pieces, while trying not to make this video too long. I'll be honest, this video would have taken at least 20 minutes if I didn't try to cut down on time. This is why I don't include the sketching phases, folks. It takes just too gosh darn long, and I'm sure you don't want to sit through over 10 minutes for just a head. Especially when a third of that time is just spent undoing and redoing the circles for the heads that I used to sketch. Sorry, little side tangent there. Let me just talk about the actual piece itself. This is a drawing from a scene from way back in 2017 when I first joined Amino. I was a small girl just trying to find my way in the world, and honestly, sometimes I wish that the roleplay saw itself through to finality. But I made some good friends there, and it was fun. If it seems like I'm just distracting from the conversation, then I absolutely am. We've got a good amount of time to fill. The roleplay had us stranded on an island in the middle of nowhere with no way off. And every so often, there would be a new supernatural hurdle that was more difficult than the last, such as a massive flood or a zombie apocalypse. Take a pick. I had two characters in this roleplay. My OG gal, Streak, the crazed orange dragon in this drawing, so you can't tell they're orange yet because I haven't colored it yet, and Sky, a dragon that, while not in this scene, is a very important character to me, as she was my very first completely original character. Not based off anything pre-established except for the basic anatomy of a dragon. Then there were about 7 or so other people in that roleplay. The ones I think of off the top of my head are Star Chaser, owned by Star Chaser, Hemlock, I think owned by Cowspots, maybe not, Umbra, owned by Shadowdagger, the big furry dragon in this picture actually, Levioce, owned by Levioce, the one with this skull mask that looks terrified, Pedalite, owned by Egg Dragon, and Hibiscus, owned by Hibiscus. Some of these characters aren't actually in use anymore, so you don't need to draw fan art, I don't think. Except for Greek and Shadowdagger's character, Umbra. I know she's still using them, but I don't know about Levioce. So, don't worry about that. I may be forgetting someone since it's been a few years, but yeah, that roleplay was amazing. And all the people were so kind and Now, the thing about my character is, she's an animist. And thanks to that, whenever Streak uses magic, she loses some of her sanity. When this roleplay went down, Streak had used up the last bit of her sanity to command everyone to stop arguing or something along those lines. The island nullifies the effect on others, but I don't think on herself, at least that's my headcanon, and I really wanted to go through with that storyline. And as such, she started going insane, leading to the scene you see here. Now, don't worry, everyone was fine. Umbra, again, the big furry one, was able to snap Streak back into sense. But the scene did happen, and boy, I'm happy it did. Levy actually drew the scene first, but oh man, I also wanted to draw it. I didn't know anything about drawing dragons from the front, so it just was Streak on one side, with her knife, and Umbra and Levioce on the other side. I'm fairly certain that there was a lake behind the purple duo, but I didn't feel like adding the lake because, 1, it's hard. 2, I thought it would mess up the composition, and 3, I actually didn't create the background. Yeah, I did actually steal the background back then when I first made it, but I fixed it now. I created my own background this time, thankfully. Don't at me, please. I'm sorry for my art sins. I'm so sorry. While I'm here, I should probably explain that I did forget Umbra's bandana and Levio's skull mask markings. I considered adding all of that during the drawing process when I had already forgot them at first, but I realized it would take too long and kinda skipped it. Sorry, my dudes. And sorry, Shadowdagger and Serpent. So, I felt like shading Streak in a dark red, so that she's a dangerous, crazed dragon not to be trusted. I've learned that light and shadow can really help push a mood, if you do it right at least. Plus, well, I don't really know how to use Blackwell in shadows, and I'm not cell shading, so I gotta pick a shadow color to pair with a dragon. And since 1, Streak is mainly an orange dragon, and orange is right next to red in the color wheel, and 2, red is generally used as a color for violence and blood, red just felt right to add. And I'm not using gray. I really suck at using gray, and I don't like gray. Gray is... oh no, gray is not bae. Sorry. Yes, I do watch Mr. Atheist. Please go subscribe to him if you haven't already. Aside from the color choice in the shading, I should also tell you guys that where the light source is coming from was also a big factor in shading overall, honestly. Now, I really wanted to make Streak backlit because that just pushes the wrongness of it all, because you don't typically see people backlit unless you're watching art and living outside, which I'm not. Besides that, Umbra and Levioce were shaded in a more yellow-greenish color, more on the green side. And well, since yellow is a complementary color for purple, I'm pretty sure, and yellow-green is a good color to represent fear, especially if it's a bit washed out and dull, and also, I don't know how to describe it, but if you do it right, it's a really good color to represent fear. The shading color did feel pretty great to add. Yellow-green, great. You saw it in one of my speed paint requests, you're seeing it here. Also, the background is a green color, so there's the more on the green side part. So, you know, since Streak was backlit, that meant Levioce and Umbra had to be looking on to this bright thing that also terrified them. If you just cut it off, it would look so weird and kind of make you wonder what's going on. Which I really like in a drawing because then you can start headcanoning, but I also realize that a lot of people don't like not getting the full picture. I just like the idea. Now then, the background. I really like what I did with the background, personally, but I probably should have added a yellowish overlay, in fact. I might do that after this video is uploaded so I can stop internally screeching at myself. I do that enough already. I don't need any more. And there you have it, a 3-ish year redraw of one of my favorite drawings. While I do have some grievances about how it turned out due to the rust chime flames, thanks to school and a project that I've been working on that I want to show you guys. And yes, I realized that I even then skipped a week. I'm sorry. I still like this much, much better than the one I made 3 years ago. See y'all next time, where I can hope I'll show ya what I've been working on. Look forward to that. See ya!